Welcome back to another Tracey Crokinole Boards matchup here. This match recently took place when Ray and Jeremy had the opportunity to sit down over a beer and a match on a Sunday afternoon just for some fun. This is their race to 9 to finish the day, and I don't know if you watched the match that I put at that was put up the other day, but Ray does have the winning record on the day, so he gets to have the hammer advantage in this first round. So Jeremy opens things up by coming up short on his open 20, not the start he was hoping for. Ray with a nice clean takeout, leaving Jeremy not a great opportunity for any sort of 20 action. So Jeremy pulls back to his side of the board, probably hoping to set up a situation where he can hide or maybe get a better angle in, some sort of better opportunity than what he had previously. Ray makes short work of being able to shoot across that center hole, but wasn't able to keep the shooter on. That may be for the best rather than keep playing over on Jeremy's side of the board. So basically the round starts all over. Call this a 5-button round. Jeremy learned from his mistake earlier and decides this time to open up with an open 20. We're off to the races. Ray's turn to miss this time as he goes a little long on his open 20. Jeremy hitting and sticking, probably not leaving. Ray didn't have much to work with there. He might have been trying to angle off that peg and back. Jeremy with a nice rollout to the 5. Ray was probably trying to peel everything, but didn't, unsuccessful with that. And Jeremy's playing hide and seek over on his side of the board again. Ray again goes half hole, peeling everything off, forcing Jeremy back to the middle. Players ending out with each with their own open 20. First 2 points go to Team Tracey. At this point in the afternoon is when Mrs. Beierling and Mrs. Tracey came down to tell us that, you know, maybe our play date was winding down. We had to get back to our lives. But back to the action here. Ray opens with an open 20. Jeremy levels the playing field. Ray with the second open 20. They are catching their groove now. Pretty sure I've said this before, but sometimes people think that a 20s race is boring, but I can assure you when you are involved in the 20s race, it is anything but boring. The pressure just goes up and up and up because it's always a disadvantage to be the first to miss. But when it's later in the round and there isn't as much time to recover from it, that's actually can be even worse. Here we are at 5 20s each. Both players on fire. Oh, Jeremy was the first to miss. Not only did he miss, leaving Ray it's a fairly heavy hanger, but it is definitely doable here. Ray makes short work of that. Jeremy back on track with a 20, but needing Ray to miss this time, and he does not. So Razor Ray Beierling showing why he's one of the best with a perfect round. 8 20s for him, and Jeremy only got 7 20s in that round, so that evens the match at 2 points each. Moving into round 3, and Jeremy will be shooting first. We're picking up right where they left off, another 20. Oh, Ray is the first to miss this time. I'm not sure if Ray was trying to tuck himself right in front of that peg, but he's waiting, hoping to set up a better situation for himself, but instead he takes everything off the board. Jeremy's up 2 20s to nothing. Three to 1 at this point, so now just keep draining those 20s, and Ray is hoping that Jeremy will miss something here to open up an opportunity. Oh, which he does. Coming up short, and a very friendly leave. A late Christmas gift for Mr. Beierling. Break and drain this. That is a tie. Leaving these two gentlemen tied at 3 points each in this race to 9.
3-3 your blast. This is it.
doesn't really leave a lot to comment on when the players are just draining 20s. The strategy is just to let your opponent be the first to miss, and which Ray is. Ray goes just a little bit long. Jeremy with the nice short follow through 20, taking the advantage, 3 20s to 2. At this point, I would say that Ray is what I would call on the wrong side of the 20s race because they're going back and forth, but Jeremy has hammer. Oh, although that was, yeah, that would have gone even longer had it not got hung up a little bit on that center hole. Definitely the opportunity that Ray was looking for, and he capitalizes on that.
I don't think it changed the weather in New York. Little butterfly effect.
There they are at 6 20s each. Ray draining yet another 7 20s each. Yeah, the 20 shooting is pretty on point at this point. On point at this point. That's good commentary. You can squeeze the same word into a sentence twice. Jeremy's going to try to settle the nerves with a sip of the beer that Ray shared with him to start this match. Not something you'll typically see at an NCAA tournament. They're pretty pretty family friendly events, and every year when the committee at the World Crokinole Championships gets the suggestion box, they read through, and there's always people in there. Oh, there should be a bar. There should be a bar. But one of the things they say about the World Crokinole Championship is the biggest family-friendly event, Crokinole tournament in the world, and I don't think it will matter how many people submit that as a suggestion. I don't see the World Crokinole Championships ever becoming a licensed event. But I would also say when people ask me that and they say, "Oh, isn't that a big, you go there and drink type of event?" And I always say, not if you want to compete. Like, yeah, it's not. Beyond maybe a pint or two, definitely not a performance-enhancing substance.
Well, I knew it was a bad year.
Ooh, a little more interesting now as we got away from that 20s race, but Jeremy made a pretty bad mistake there. Not only did he not get Ray's disc knocked off, but he also knocked his own into the gutter. And almost gifted Ray. And I think he gifted Ray with a setup. We'll see what he's going to be able to do with this. I think the angle is pretty friendly for him to go through his own, and he needs to make sure he touches that green disc. He's like a true pro. He's weighing up his options and looking. He's got a couple options here. He's figuring out what's going to be best for him. Ooh, narrowly missing that 20. Opening an opportunity for Jeremy maybe here to drain. He does not, although he did get a red off the board, so that's a bit of a win. Definitely a more crowded board than you will typically see when you have fairly sharp shooters on the board. Ray taking advantage of that chaos in the center, being able to angle in, drain himself a 20. Jeremy doesn't really have a lot to work with here. Instead, he just gets the one red off, squeezes another one into the center, which can be worth more, but also does exactly that, set Ray up for a double takeout. I suspect he's either going for a, yeah, I think he was probably going for a double takeout there. Yeah, really, yeah. From super close matches to Ray letting him know who's boss and kind of curb stomping him there. That's the interesting thing you see happen. You see a couple of players that are just hot to trot and they basically can't miss. And then once there's a round that has very little 20 shooting, you sometimes lose the weight a little bit. You lose just that nice touch. Here we go. Jeremy's actually got himself in pretty good shape here because Ray needs to get something into the middle. You see him weighing out his options. Instead, he's trying to work it back toward himself to have some sort of an angle in now. He does have an angle into the middle. Ooh, he was going right for the 20. Even to get in is a win for him at this point. Now, Jeremy's got an option. He could go for the 20, but if he misses, it's really bad news. So instead, yeah, that was a great shot. gets the takeout and gets his outside of the house. He probably would have liked to have it a little further back, so Ray didn't even have the chance to use any pegs to pull his shooter back in. But I feel like Jeremy was trying to leave that red one on to make it tougher for Ray to peel everything off. But knowing at this point where Jeremy's got hammer, Ray has to force play back to the middle. That's why he peeled everything off the board, forcing Jeremy. He's hoping for another gift, a setup there around the 20 hole. Not quite the gift he was looking for, but definitely opened the door for him here. Ray gunning for that follow through and just barely missed it. They're running out of bullets at this point, and Jeremy's definitely got the upper hand unless he makes some sort of an error here. He's left himself posted. Now Ray could go for a bounce back 20, but it wouldn't do him much good because, yeah. Now it's a bit of a tough situation for Jeremy. Ray's making faces at him, saying, "What are you going to do with that?" Jeremy drains the touch 20 to win that round by a mere 5 points, but that's all it takes. Bringing this race to 9 to a deadlock of 6 points each. Not sure what's going on there now. Ray being a little bit foolish, shooting buttons around the gutter.
Yeah.
I think maybe he was trying to intimidate Jeremy. I don't know, but we'll see if it worked. Apparently not. I don't know if it helps or not having the spouses in the room. Maybe there's an added pressure to show off for our favorite ladies. But oh, that's just 7 kinds of ugly right there. Not only did Jeremy not get a 20 for himself, but that was a big time gift for Ray.
Oh, it did.
And now Ray's going to play a little possum there. You see, he easily could have taken one off, but instead he left the green on so he could extend the play outside of the house just that little bit longer. And now, yeah. See, because he didn't take that out the first time, it meant just one more shot got used up by each player before play got forced back to the middle. Not that it really matters when Ray can come right back to the middle and drain a 20. But, yeah, the longer Ray could prolong the play outside, the more to his advantage it was. Jeremy comes up short. I don't know whether that's going to be close enough for the drop back 20. Right? Ray's shaking his head no. But then almost drained it anyway. A bit of an opening here for Jeremy. If he can get this 20, especially because he's still got the green on, that would be, could really swing things. And he drained it. That is fantastic.
I should hire you to do the commentary on my videos.
Oh wow, no, sorry. Commentator error there. I thought that was putting Jeremy up by 20, but it wasn't. It just brought it back to even. So Ray's still very much in control. Wow, this commentary stuff is tougher than it looks. What? There we go. That gives Ray the. Maybe I'm just distracted by watching myself get whooped here, but that puts Ray up 8 points to 6. Jeremy's in do or die situation here. He needs to win this round, or even a tie would be enough for Ray to win the match.
No coaching.
Ray the first to miss, leaving a bit of a window here. And Jeremy was a little bit fortunate there to not lose his shooter.
Struggling a little to do this on your own, Ray.
We'll see if he's going to go for it here now. Oh, he went for a touch 20, which is, yeah. In that situation, you really need to either get the off or the 20. If you don't get either one, you put yourself in a bad spot. And, yeah, Jeremy's in a really bad spot at that point because he then followed through, putting the play on Ray's side of the board. Forced to peel. Oh, Ray's not going to let him let that one count. Forced to peel. That puts Ray up. That pretty much seals the deal.
Yeah, it was a dead miss. I was just being silly.
And let's see now. Hey, he's still not mathematically out of it. Let's see. That does it. That sealed the deal right there. Definitely Ray putting an extra stamp on that victory. And Jeremy a little bit of a pride shot there. Friendly knuckle bump to end the afternoon extravaganza. Really hope you've enjoyed watching these guys duke it out in a race to 9. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. More matches coming your way soon. Make it a great day.